You've always felt different, haven't you? Something deep within you tells you that there's more to who you are than meets the eye. Maybe you've noticed how people react to you, sometimes in ways you can't explain, whether it's admiration or envy. But there's a reason why your true strength has been concealed, and it's all part of God's divine plan. God knows exactly who you are and what you're capable of. He placed unique gifts and unimaginable power within you, but He also knew that revealing it too soon would bring unnecessary harm. Jealousy is a powerful and destructive force, and without God's protection, you would be a target from every direction. God is not withholding your strength as a punishment or a delay in your journey. Instead, He is shielding you from the dangerous eyes of those who would seek to tear you down. He's ensuring that when the time is right, you will step fully into your power, without hindrance, without sabotage, and without fear. This is why you must trust in His timing, because He sees things you cannot. It's not always easy to be in this place of concealment. You might feel like you're ready for more, frustrated by the limitations around you. But let me remind you, God's plans are far greater than anything you can imagine. He is preparing you for the moment when your full strength will be revealed. Until then, continue to walk in faith, knowing that your hidden power is being safeguarded for the right time. Have you ever wondered why, despite feeling an inner power, the world doesn't seem to fully acknowledge or recognize it? There's a reason you're hidden, why your strength has been veiled, and it's no accident. God, in His infinite wisdom, decided to shield your power from the world. This is not to diminish you, but to protect you from those who would misunderstand, misuse, or be threatened by your abilities. You see, in this life, there are people who cannot stand to see others rise. Jealousy is a poison, and the world is full of individuals whose eyes are clouded by envy. These people won't hesitate to attack, undermine, or belittle anyone they see as a threat to their own position or status. God knows the battles that would await you if your strength were revealed prematurely. He is not holding you back. He's holding you close, safeguarding your power until the time is right. Think about this. Even Christ, the Son of God, was not fully revealed in His divinity until the appointed time. He walked among men, veiled in humility and simplicity, though He carried within Him the power to change the world. In the same way, you are walking through life with a hidden greatness, something that others might overlook. But that does not mean it is absent. It is simply not the season for its unveiling. The concealment of your strength is also a lesson in patience and trust. God is teaching you to rely on Him, to grow in faith, and to develop your character in ways that will make you ready for the responsibilities that come with your power. Strength without wisdom is dangerous, and God knows the maturity you need to wield your gifts wisely. Every delay you face is not a denial, but a preparation. You might look at others and wonder why their talents and strengths are celebrated while yours remain unseen. But this isn't a race, and your journey is uniquely yours. God is crafting your path differently because your purpose is different. The power that lies within you is destined for something far greater than immediate recognition. You're being prepared for a moment when your strength will be needed in a way that others can't fulfill. And make no mistake, God doesn't make mistakes. He has placed this hidden power within you, and though it's concealed for now, it will not remain hidden forever. Think of this time as a cocoon, a place of transformation where you are being refined, tested, and strengthened for what's to come. The world doesn't see the butterfly inside the cocoon, but that doesn't mean the transformation isn't happening. In the same way, just because others can't see your full strength doesn't mean it isn't growing. But why the need for this veil? It's simple. Protection. God shields His chosen ones from the full brunt of the world's envy and malice because He knows the weight that comes with being seen. There are people whose hearts are filled with jealousy, and they would stop at nothing to tear down those they perceive as a threat. God, in His mercy, veils your strength until you're ready to withstand the jealousy, the attacks, and the pressure that comes with being fully known. For now, you are protected from these forces. God's hand is covering you, ensuring that when you step into your full power, it will be with confidence, wisdom, and grace. But until that moment, you must learn to trust in the concealment. It's not a punishment, it's a gift. And so, you wait. But while you wait, know that God is at work. He is preparing the hearts of those who will be impacted by your strength. He is moving the pieces into place, setting the stage for your unveiling. When the time comes, everything will fall into alignment, and your hidden strength will shine for all to see. But that time is not yet. There is still more to learn, more to grow into, and more preparation needed. So, what does this mean for you now? It means that your journey is far from over. The unveiling of your strength will happen, but it's only the beginning of something much greater. You may feel impatient or even frustrated, but remember, God's timing is perfect. He sees the end from the beginning, and He knows exactly when to bring your hidden power into the light. But the question remains, what happens when that time comes? When the veil is lifted? When the world finally sees what God has hidden inside you? What will that look like, and how will you be ready for it? The journey doesn't end with the unveiling. In fact, it's only the start of a new chapter. It's no coincidence that your strength remains hidden. You might have asked yourself countless times why it feels like you're being held back, why your true potential hasn't been fully realized. But let me remind you, there is always a divine strategy at play. God never does anything without purpose, and His plan for you involves more than just the timing of your breakthrough. It involves the way He is molding and shaping you, all while keeping you shielded for a reason. The very act of concealing your strength is strategic. Think about this. Every great warrior undergoes rigorous training before stepping onto the battlefield. God is doing the same with you, preparing you in the hidden spaces, in the quiet moments where no one else sees the transformation happening. This preparation is vital because the power you carry is not meant for trivial battles. No, your strength is destined for a higher purpose, and it must be refined, purified, and honed before it can be fully unleashed. Now, it's easy to feel frustration during this time. You may look around and see others rising, others getting recognition, while you remain in the shadows. But understand this, what's happening to you isn't a delay, it's divine timing. God is strategically positioning you for a moment that will not only reveal your strength, but also ensure that it's revealed in the right way, at the right time, to the right people. This level of care is a reflection of how much God values you and the gifts He's placed within you. Consider the story of David. Before he became king, he spent years as a shepherd, hidden away from the eyes of the world. But during that time, God was shaping him into the man who would lead His people. David's strength, his courage, and his heart for God were all developed in the hidden places, away from the eyes of the jealous, the envious, and the power-hungry. Just like David, you are being prepared in ways that you may not even realize. Your current season of concealment is not a setback. It's a setup for something much greater. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it is written, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Ecclesiastes 3:11. This scripture reminds us that everything has a season, and beauty is revealed in the timing of God's plan. If you were to step into your full strength prematurely, before the appointed time, you could miss out on the beauty and power of what God has truly prepared for you. There is a rhythm to the way God works, and He is aligning your steps with His divine purpose. But why does God go to such lengths to conceal your strength? The answer is simple: protection. Protection not only from those who would try to destroy you, but also from the distractions that would pull you away from your purpose. God knows that unveiling your strength too soon could expose you to unnecessary battles, ones that are not meant for you to fight. He knows the weight of your calling, and He is shielding you until the moment you are fully ready to carry that weight. It's important to remember that concealment is not the same as being hidden forever. You are not being ignored, passed over, or forgotten. God sees you, knows you, and is actively involved in every detail of your life. Your strength is being guarded for a reason, and when it is finally revealed, it will shine brighter than you ever imagined. But until that moment comes, you must trust the process. Patience is a key element of this divine strategy. Learning to wait on God's timing is one of the greatest tests of faith. It's during this waiting period that your character is developed, your resilience is strengthened, and your dependence on God deepens. This is why God doesn't just give us everything we desire right away. He wants us to grow into the people we need to be in order to handle the blessings and responsibilities that come with our strength. And as you walk through this season of concealment, there will be moments where doubt creeps in. You may wonder if you'll ever fully step into what God has called you to do. But let me reassure you, God's plans for you are certain. As long as you continue to walk in faith, trusting that He is working behind the scenes, you can be confident that your strength will be revealed when the time is right. What you must remember is that this process is not only about you. God is also orchestrating events in the lives of those you will impact. He is preparing situations, aligning opportunities, and opening doors that will all come together when your strength is finally unveiled. You may not see it now, but every piece of the puzzle is being carefully placed, so when the time comes, everything will be in its proper order. So, as you continue on this journey, embrace the fact that your strength is hidden for now. Don't rush the process. Trust that God knows exactly what He's doing, and He is moving you toward your purpose in ways that are beyond your understanding. But the question remains, how do you handle this time of waiting? What can you do in this season of preparation that will help you be ready for the moment when God decides to reveal your true strength? These are the questions that will guide you into the next phase of your journey, the spiritual protection at work. One of the most remarkable aspects of God's plan for your life is His divine protection. You may not always see it, but it's always there, like an invisible shield, guarding you from forces that would otherwise try to destroy what God is doing in your life. When you wonder why your strength is hidden, understand that this concealment is not just about timing. It's about shielding you from the eyes of those who would envy, attack, and sabotage your growth before it's time. Jealousy is a powerful force. It can destroy relationships, tear down reputations, and even derail destinies. God knows that if your strength were fully exposed, there would be many who, out of jealousy, would try to hinder your progress. You might have encountered situations where people tried to diminish your light or make you feel small. This isn't a reflection of your worth, but rather their inability to handle the greatness God has placed inside of you. Instead of focusing on those distractions, recognize that God has shielded you for a reason. Think of the story of Joseph. His brothers became so envious of the favor God had placed on him that they sold him into slavery. They couldn't bear to see him rise because they were blinded by jealousy. Yet even in those dark moments, God was working behind the scenes, protecting Joseph and positioning him for a greater purpose. In a similar way, God is keeping your strength concealed because He knows that the jealous eyes around you might try to pull you down before you can fulfill your destiny. Scripture warns us about the dangers of jealousy. In the book of James, it is written, "For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice." James 3:16. This verse is a reminder that jealousy breeds chaos. When people see your potential and become envious, they can bring unnecessary confusion and destruction into your life. But God, in His wisdom, shields you from these jealous eyes, ensuring that you are protected until the appointed time. This spiritual protection isn't just about keeping you safe from physical harm. It's also about guarding your mind and spirit from the negativity that can come from others. When people project their insecurities onto you, it can be easy to internalize their words and begin to doubt your own worth. But God has placed a shield around you to prevent their words from taking root in your heart. Your strength may be hidden, but that doesn't mean it's not growing. God is nurturing your spirit in ways that are preparing you for something far greater than the opinions of others. You might feel frustrated at times, wondering why things aren't happening faster or why your strength isn't being recognized. But this season of being shielded is not wasted time. It's a time for God to work in the unseen, to build you up in ways that aren't always visible to the outside world. This hidden growth is necessary because it allows you to develop resilience. When your strength is finally revealed, you won't be easily shaken by the opinions or jealousy of others. Instead, you will stand firm, knowing that God has prepared you for this moment. God's protection also extends to the people around you. He is carefully selecting those who will be able to support and encourage you when the time comes for your strength to be unveiled. Not everyone is meant to witness your growth, and not everyone is equipped to handle the revelation of your strength. God is filtering out those who would harm you and is surrounding you with individuals who will uplift and empower you. This is part of His protection, ensuring that the right people are in your life at the right time. Another aspect of this spiritual shielding is the protection of your purpose. You may not fully understand what God is doing in your life right now, but He is positioning you for something specific. By concealing your strength, God is ensuring that you won't be led astray by distractions or temptations that could derail your destiny. Sometimes, the world will offer what seems like an easier path, a quicker solution, or immediate recognition. But those shortcuts are often traps designed to pull you away from what God has truly prepared for you. As you walk through this season of being shielded, it's important to remember that God's protection is an act of love. He is not keeping you hidden because you are unworthy or incapable. He is keeping you hidden because you are valuable and irreplaceable. Your strength is being protected because it is precious, and when the time comes, God will reveal it in a way that leaves no room for jealousy, sabotage, or doubt. But how do you know when that time will come? How will you recognize when God is ready to lift the veil and allow your true strength to shine? This is where trust and faith become essential. God doesn't reveal His plans all at once, but He gives you glimpses along the way. He shows you signs, opens doors, and places people in your life to guide you toward your purpose. The key is to stay connected to Him, to keep seeking His guidance, and to trust that His timing is perfect. As you continue on this journey, you will start to see the pieces falling into place. God is working in ways you cannot see, orchestrating events and aligning opportunities for the moment when your strength will be fully revealed. But remember, this is just the beginning. There is more ahead, and the unveiling of your strength is only part of a much larger plan. You've felt it, haven't you? That surge of energy, the deep inner knowing that there's something more to you than meets the eye. It's a feeling that stirs in your soul, a strength you can sense but can't fully tap into yet. You know it's there, just beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed. Yet every time you try to access it completely, it seems like something is holding you back. This isn't a coincidence or a reflection of your inability. It's part of God's divine plan. The power you feel inside you is real, but God has chosen to regulate its release. You are not being denied your strength. Instead, you are being prepared to handle it with wisdom. This internal force that you carry is not meant to be expressed all at once, because with great power comes great responsibility. If it were unleashed before you were fully ready, it could overwhelm you and even those around you. God's purpose in holding it back for now is to give you time to grow into it, to mature spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, so when the moment comes, you'll know exactly how to wield it. Consider a child who is given a heavy sword. They may feel strong and capable holding it, but without the training, they wouldn't know how to wield it effectively. The sword is a symbol of potential, but the ability to use it requires preparation. In the same way, the power you feel within you is like that sword. God is training you, teaching you how to carry and use it, but He's not rushing the process because He knows the significance of what you've been given. Have you noticed that in certain moments, a glimpse of your power breaks through? It could be when you speak with clarity, act with purpose, or sense a deep connection with the people around you. These are not random occurrences. They are moments where God allows you to experience a portion of your strength. He is showing you what's possible, giving you glimpses of the fullness of what's to come. These moments are meant to encourage you, to remind you that your strength is real, even if it's not fully visible yet. But why do you feel like you're holding back, like there's more inside of you that's not yet being released? The answer lies in God's timing. He has set the perfect moment for you to step into your full power, and it's not yet here. The restraint you feel is not a limitation, it's protection. By holding back, God is giving you time to build the foundation that will support the weight of your calling. He knows that if you were to express your full strength prematurely, it could lead to burnout, frustration, or worse, losing sight of the purpose He has for you. This doesn't mean you should ignore the power you feel. Quite the opposite. You should nurture it, spend time in prayer, ask for wisdom, and continue to develop your gifts. God has entrusted you with something valuable, And even though you can't fully express it yet, He is asking you to cultivate it. Think of this time as preparation for what's to come. Just because your power is concealed doesn't mean it's inactive. It's growing, evolving, and becoming more refined with each passing day. Scripture reminds us of this process in Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. This verse speaks directly to the importance of waiting on God's timing. Your strength is being renewed, and when the time is right, you will soar like an eagle, fully expressing the power that has been concealed for so long. It's easy to become impatient, especially when you see others moving forward, stepping into their strength while you remain in this period of waiting. But don't let that discourage you. Your journey is uniquely yours, and your power has a specific purpose that cannot be compared to anyone else's. What God has for you is tailor-made for you. If you were to express your power prematurely, it would not align with the destiny God has carefully orchestrated for your life. In this time of waiting, God is also protecting you from the pitfalls that come with power. We've seen countless examples of people who rose too quickly and were not ready to handle the pressure that came with their gifts. Power without wisdom is a dangerous combination, and God is ensuring that you avoid this by giving you the time you need to mature and strengthen your foundation. He is teaching you humility, resilience, and the importance of relying on Him for guidance. You may wonder, how long will this waiting period last? The answer to that is found in your trust in God's plan. He alone knows when you are ready, and His timing is perfect. Until then, you are called to be faithful in the small things, to cultivate the power you feel, even in its concealed state. Use this time to sharpen your skills, deepen your relationship with God, and stay focused on the bigger picture. When the time comes, and it will come, your power will no longer be concealed. You will be able to fully express the strength you've felt all along, and it will happen in a way that not only glorifies God, but also fulfills the purpose He has placed in your life. But this is just the beginning. What happens when that power is finally unleashed? What challenges will you face, and how will you navigate the jealousy, resistance, and pressure that come with being fully seen? The journey ahead is full of questions and uncertainties, but what's certain is that God's plan is in motion, and your power is part of something far greater than you can imagine. The fact that your strength is hidden doesn't just protect you, it also frustrates the plans of those who wish to see you fail. There are people, both seen and unseen, who are constantly plotting against you, hoping to catch you off guard or tear down what God is building in your life. But here's the beauty of God's plan. While your strength remains concealed, your enemies can't touch what they don't fully understand. Think about it. Your hidden power is a mystery to those who seek to undermine you. They may sense that there's something special about you, but they can't quite put their finger on it. They watch, they plot, but their schemes never seem to succeed because they're aiming at what they think they see, not realizing that the fullness of your strength is still out of their reach. God's divine strategy has placed you in a position where you are moving forward under the radar, shielded from attacks that would otherwise come your way. This frustration is not just a coincidence, it's God's protection in action. The very fact that your strength is concealed is a barrier that your enemies cannot cross. They might try to stir up drama, spread rumors, or create obstacles, but nothing they do seems to work. And the reason is simple. They are fighting against a strength that they don't even fully perceive. Their attacks fall short because God has hidden your power until the moment it is ready to be revealed. This is something your enemies will never understand. They see the surface, but they can't see the depth of what God is doing inside of you. This is why their plans always seem to fail. No matter how many times they try to tear you down, you remain standing because their efforts are aimed at a version of you that doesn't yet exist. They are fighting against shadows, not realizing that God is preparing you in secret, building up a strength that will be unstoppable when it's time to come into the light. Even the Bible gives us examples of how hidden strength can frustrate the plans of enemies. In 2 Kings 6:17-18, when the prophet Elisha was surrounded by enemy armies, His servant was terrified by what he saw, but Elisha prayed for the Lord to open his servant's eyes, and suddenly the servant saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire protecting them. The enemy armies were blind to the divine protection that was in place, just as your enemies are blind to the spiritual power that surrounds you. They can't see it, and because of that, their plans are always thwarted. Your hidden strength is a source of confusion for those who oppose you. They don't understand why their attacks don't seem to stick, why their plots fall apart, or why you continue to rise despite their best efforts. The reason is simple. God has concealed your true power, and as long as it remains hidden, it cannot be touched. This is not just about physical protection, but spiritual as well. God has placed a shield around your mind, your heart, and your spirit, ensuring that the negativity and schemes of others don't take root. In this season, you may feel like people are trying to tear you down, but remember, they don't have access to your full strength. God is allowing you to move forward quietly without drawing too much attention, because He knows that the moment your strength is revealed, the opposition will increase. For now, you are being shielded from unnecessary battles. Your enemies can't fight what they can't see, and that's exactly how God has designed it. There's also a strategic advantage to having your strength hidden. When the time comes for it to be revealed, it will catch your enemies off guard. They will not be prepared for the fullness of what God has placed inside you. While they are busy focusing on the wrong things, God is building something greater in you, and when it's finally unveiled, it will be too late for them to stop it. This is why your enemies are frustrated. They are fighting a battle they can't win because they don't even know what they're truly up against. As you walk through this season, it's important to remember that God is not just protecting you, He's also preparing you. The frustration of your enemies is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Their inability to stop you is proof that God's hand is on your life. And while they may continue to plot and scheme, their plans will always fall apart because God's protection over you is greater than any attack they can muster. But there's more to this story. The frustration of your enemies is just the beginning. What happens when God decides to reveal your strength? How will you handle the increased attention, both positive and negative, that comes with stepping into the fullness of who you are? The unveiling of your strength will bring its own set of challenges, and it's important to be ready for what's to come. This is why God continues to shield you. For now, He is giving you the time to develop the wisdom, resilience, and discernment you will need when your strength is finally revealed. The frustration of your enemies is not the end of the story. It's a sign that you are being prepared for something much greater. But how will you know when the time has come for your strength to be fully revealed? And what will you do when it finally happens? There will come a moment in your life when God decides it's time to reveal the full extent of your strength. You may have spent years feeling that your true potential was hidden, but the day will come when everything changes. This unveiling is not a random event, nor does it happen by accident. It is a carefully orchestrated moment in God's divine plan, where your preparation meets your purpose. God has been waiting for this moment just as much as you have. While you may have felt the frustration of being held back, God has been refining you in the background. He has been ensuring that when the time comes for your power to be revealed, you will be ready to handle it. This awakening isn't just about showing the world what you're capable of. It's about stepping into the fullness of who God created you to be. When the time comes for this awakening, you will feel it in your spirit. It won't be a subtle nudge or a quiet whisper. It will be a powerful surge of energy, clarity, and purpose. Suddenly, the things that seemed confusing before will make sense. You will understand why God had you wait, why He concealed your strength, and why the timing had to be so precise. This moment will bring with it a sense of divine alignment, where everything in your life starts to fall into place. But what does it mean to be awakened in your strength? It's more than just feeling powerful or confident. It's about stepping into your God-given authority. When your strength is revealed, you will walk with a sense of purpose that cannot be shaken by the opinions or actions of others. You will no longer be concerned with the jealousy or resistance you might face, because you will know without a doubt that you are walking in the plan God has for your life. This awakening is not just about external recognition, it's about internal transformation. You will begin to see yourself the way God sees you. The doubts, insecurities, and fears that once held you back will start to fade away as you step into your true identity. The strength that has been hidden for so long will now become a source of confidence, peace, and power in your life. You will begin to operate from a place of abundance rather than lack, knowing that God has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. Scripture reminds us of this process in 1 Peter 5:6, which says, "Humble yourselves therefore under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time." This verse speaks to the divine timing of your awakening. When God lifts you up, it will be at the perfect moment, when you are ready to carry the weight of your calling and when the world is ready to receive the gift you have to offer. It's a reminder that while you may have had to wait, the wait was not in vain. When this awakening happens, you will also notice a shift in the way others respond to you. Those who once overlooked or underestimated you will begin to take notice. But this attention comes with its own set of challenges. While some people will be drawn to your strength and will want to support you, others may feel threatened by it. The jealousy and resistance you faced before may intensify as you step into your power. But this time, you will be prepared. God has not only been preparing you for the unveiling of your strength, He has also been preparing you to handle the opposition that comes with it. When you are awakened to your true power, you will no longer be easily shaken by the opinions or actions of others. You will have a deeper sense of purpose, knowing that your strength is not for your glory, but for God's. This clarity will give you the resilience to face any opposition that comes your way. But it's not just external forces that you will need to contend with. When your strength is revealed, there will also be an internal battle. You will need to guard against pride, ego, and the temptation to use your power for selfish gain. God has entrusted you with this strength for a reason, and it's important to remember that it comes with a responsibility to serve, uplift, and empower others. The awakening of your strength is not just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of those around you. As you walk in your true power, you will also notice that new opportunities begin to open up. Doors that were once closed will suddenly swing wide open, and people will start to seek you out for guidance, leadership, and support. This is all part of God's plan. He has been preparing not only you, but also the people and opportunities that will be aligned with your purpose. Your awakening will bring with it a season of expansion, growth, and impact. But here's the thing. This awakening is not the final destination. It's just the beginning of a new chapter in your journey. While the unveiling of your strength will bring with it new opportunities and challenges, it will also require you to continue growing, learning, and deepening your relationship with God. The strength that has been revealed is not static, it's dynamic. As you continue to walk in obedience to God's plan, your strength will continue to evolve, expand, and reach new levels. So, what happens next? How do you navigate this new season of life, where your strength is no longer hidden, but fully revealed? What steps do you need to take to ensure that you are using your power in alignment with God's will? And how will you handle the jealousy, resistance, and pressure that come with walking in your true strength? As you've been walking this path, you've likely sensed changes within yourself. Subtle shifts that are signaling a major breakthrough is on the horizon. It's in these moments of transition that God gives you clues, hints, and signs that your time of concealment is coming to an end. But how do you recognize these signs? How do you know that you're about to step into your true power? Let me show you what to look for as the unveiling of your strength draws near. One of the most telling signs that your hidden strength is about to be revealed is an increase in spiritual sensitivity. You may have started to notice things more clearly. Your intuition has become sharper, and you're more aware of the spiritual forces at work in your life. This heightened awareness is no accident. God is opening your spiritual eyes, preparing you for what's to come. When you start to feel more connected to the spiritual realm, it's a clear indication that God is positioning you for a major shift. Another sign is a feeling of restlessness or dissatisfaction with where you are. This isn't a reflection of ingratitude, but a divine stirring in your spirit. You know that you were created for more, and that awareness begins to grow stronger. This sense of being unsettled is often a sign that God is preparing you to step into a new season, one where your hidden strength will finally be unleashed. When you feel this deep internal stirring, pay attention. It's God's way of letting you know that change is coming. Additionally, you may find that doors that were once closed are beginning to open, often in unexpected ways. Opportunities that align with your purpose start to appear, and people are drawn to you in ways that seem almost supernatural. These open doors are not coincidences. They are orchestrated by God to guide you toward the next phase of your journey. When you begin to see opportunities align with your gifts and passions, it's a sign that God is preparing to reveal your strength. But along with these positive signs, you may also experience increased resistance. As you get closer to stepping into your true power, the enemy will often try to throw obstacles in your way. This resistance can come in the form of distractions, doubt, fear, or even people trying to pull you off course. It's important to recognize that this resistance is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you are on the verge of a breakthrough. The enemy wouldn't be fighting you so hard if you weren't close to unlocking something powerful. In moments of increased resistance, remember the words of Ephesians 6:10-11. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. This scripture reminds you that resistance is to be expected, but you are equipped to withstand it. God has given you the tools, the strength, and the spiritual armor to push through the obstacles and step into the fullness of your power. You might also notice that your relationships begin to shift as your hidden strength is about to be revealed. Some people who were once close to you may start to distance themselves, while new connections that align with your purpose begin to form. This is all part of God's plan. He is removing those who are not meant to witness the unveiling of your strength and is bringing new people into your life who will support and uplift you. Pay attention to these relational shifts. They are often a clear sign that God is preparing you for something greater. There is also an internal shift that happens as you get closer to this moment. You begin to feel a sense of peace and confidence that comes from knowing you are aligned with God's purpose. The doubts that once plagued you start to fade, and in their place is a quiet assurance that you are exactly where you need to be. This peace is one of the clearest signs that your hidden strength is about to be revealed. It's a divine confirmation that God's timing is perfect and that you are ready to step into the fullness of your power. You may also notice that your prayers start to change. Instead of asking for strength or clarity, you begin to thank God for what He has already done and is about to do. Your prayers become less about seeking and more about gratitude. This shift in your prayer life is a sign that you are entering into a new season of spiritual maturity, where you trust God's plan without needing constant reassurance. Gratitude is a powerful indicator that your hidden strength is ready to be revealed. But with all of these signs, there is still an element of patience required. Even when you recognize that your time is near, it's important to remain grounded in God's timing. The signs are there to encourage you, to let you know that your breakthrough is coming, but they are not an invitation to rush ahead of God's plan. Trust that He knows the exact moment when your strength will be needed and that He is positioning you for maximum impact. So as you start to notice these signs, spiritual sensitivity, restlessness, open doors, resistance, relational shifts, peace, and gratitude, know that you are on the brink of something incredible. Your hidden strength is about to be unleashed, and when it is, everything in your life will change. But what comes next? How do you prepare for the challenges and opportunities that will come with stepping into your full power? That's where we turn our focus now. What happens when God chooses the perfect moment to reveal your strength? How do you handle the weight of your calling? And what steps can you take to ensure that you're walking fully in alignment with God's will? Timing is everything when it comes to God's plan. You may have wondered for a long time why your strength has remained hidden, why your potential has yet to be fully realized. But the truth is, God's timing is never early and it's never late. It's always perfect. When it comes to unveiling your true strength, the timing is critical, and God has been orchestrating every detail behind the scenes to make sure that when your power is finally revealed, it will be at the most opportune moment. Why is God so precise about this? Because revealing your strength too early could be as harmful as keeping it concealed too long. If your strength were to be unveiled before you were fully prepared, you could be overwhelmed by the weight of your calling. The pressure, the responsibilities, and the challenges that come with your strength require a level of maturity, wisdom, and resilience that only time can develop. God, in His infinite wisdom, knows exactly when you'll be ready to carry that weight, and He's not going to rush the process. In fact, the timing of your unveiling is intricately connected to the fulfillment of your purpose. God knows the people, the circumstances, and the opportunities that will align perfectly with your gift, and He is preparing the way for you. There are divine appointments set for you, moments that will require you to walk in the fullness of your strength, but only when you're ready. Rushing ahead of God's timing could mean missing out on these key moments or not being equipped to handle them when they arrive. Consider the story of Moses. He was called to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, but before that moment came, he spent 40 years in the wilderness, being shaped, refined, and prepared by God. If Moses had stepped into his calling too soon, he would not have had the wisdom, patience, or leadership skills necessary to fulfill his mission. In the same way, God is preparing you in ways you may not fully understand right now, but trust that His timing is perfect. Just as He did with Moses, God is using this time to mold you into the person you need to be in order to carry out your purpose. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven." This verse speaks directly to the nature of God's timing. Your strength is tied to a purpose, and that purpose has an appointed season. Trying to force things before their time will only lead to frustration, but waiting on God's perfect timing ensures that when your strength is revealed, it will have maximum impact, not just for you, but for everyone you're meant to influence and uplift. God's timing also protects you from unnecessary battles. If your strength were revealed prematurely, you might find yourself fighting battles that you're not meant to fight. There are challenges that are designed for others, not for you, and God is shielding you from those unnecessary burdens by keeping your strength hidden until the right moment. Once your power is unveiled, it will be for the battles that truly matter, the ones that are aligned with your purpose and calling. There's also a broader impact to consider. When God reveals your strength, it won't just affect you, it will ripple out and touch the lives of those around you. This is why timing is so important. The people who are meant to benefit from your strength may not be ready yet. God is not only preparing you, but He is also preparing the hearts and minds of those you are called to serve. He is aligning everything in His perfect timing so that when your strength is revealed, it will bring transformation, healing, and impact in ways you couldn't have imagined. But why does it sometimes feel like the wait is so long? That's where trust comes into play. Trusting God's timing means believing that He knows things you don't know, sees things you can't see, and is working in ways you may not understand. Every delay you experience is not wasted time, it's divine preparation. God is strengthening you in the hidden places, developing your character, and teaching you lessons that you'll need when your strength is finally unveiled. This waiting period is also a test of your faith. Can you trust that God's timing is perfect even when it doesn't align with your own plans? Can you be patient, knowing that God is preparing something far greater than what you could achieve on your own? These are the questions that will shape your journey as you wait for your strength to be revealed. Another important aspect of God's timing is that He knows when your strength will be needed most. You might feel ready right now, but God knows the exact moment when your strength will have the greatest impact. He sees the future, and He knows the challenges, opportunities, and situations that are on the horizon. When your strength is finally revealed, it will be at the precise moment when it's needed most, not a moment too soon, and not a moment too late. So as you continue to walk this path, remember that God's timing is perfect. He is not delaying your breakthrough out of cruelty or neglect. He is waiting for the exact moment when your strength will shine the brightest, and when you'll be fully equipped to handle all that comes with it. The unveiling of your strength is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one that will require everything you've learned during this season of waiting. But how will you know when that moment has arrived? What signs will indicate that it's time to step into your full power, and how will you handle the transition from hidden strength to revealed strength? There's more to this journey, and the next phase is just around the corner. When the moment arrives and God decides that it's time for your strength to be revealed, everything will change. For so long, you've walked with your power hidden, protected by God's divine covering. But now, the veil will be lifted, and the world, including those who once underestimated you, will finally see what's been concealed. This moment of revelation isn't just a personal breakthrough, it's a divine appointment where your purpose, strength, and destiny all align. But with this unveiling comes attention, both welcome and unwelcome. Jealous eyes will finally see what God has been building in you all along. Jealousy is a powerful force, and when your strength is revealed, those who once saw you as insignificant may feel threatened. They may have dismissed you before, unable to see the depth of your potential, but now they will have no choice but to acknowledge the greatness that has been hidden in plain sight. When this happens, you must be prepared for how people will respond to your newfound visibility. Some will celebrate with you, but others, those filled with envy, will seek to undermine, sabotage, or challenge your strength. This shouldn't come as a surprise. Even Jesus, after performing miracles and revealing his divine nature, faced resistance from those who were threatened by his power. The Pharisees, who were jealous of his influence, sought to discredit and destroy him. In Matthew 27:18, it says, "For he knew it was out of envy that they had handed Jesus over to him." Just like Jesus, when your strength is revealed, those driven by jealousy may try to bring you down, but just as he prevailed, so will you. The key to navigating this season is recognizing that not everyone will understand or support the revelation of your strength, and that's okay. God didn't give you your power for the approval of others. He gave it to you for a purpose. The opinions of jealous eyes cannot stop what God has ordained. In fact, their jealousy is often a sign that you are exactly where God wants you to be. When people feel threatened by your strength, it's because they see something in you that they lack themselves. Their jealousy is more about their own insecurities than it is about you. But this doesn't mean the road will be easy. The moment your strength is revealed, you will be stepping into a new level of visibility, and with that comes new challenges. There will be people who try to test you, provoke you, or discredit you. They will look for ways to diminish your light because they feel overshadowed by it. In these moments, it's important to remember that your strength is not for them, it's for the purpose God has given you. Don't waste time or energy trying to convince jealous eyes of your worth. Keep your focus on what God has called you to do. One of the most important things you can do during this time is to stay grounded in your identity. When people try to attack you, their goal is often to make you doubt yourself. They will use their jealousy to project their fears and insecurities onto you, hoping to shake your confidence. But you must stand firm in the knowledge of who you are and whose you are. God has placed this strength inside of you, and no amount of jealousy, criticism, or resistance can change that. Stay rooted in your purpose, and don't let the negativity of others pull you off course. At the same time, you must also guard your heart. As your strength is revealed, there will be people who come into your life not to support you, but to take advantage of you. They may see your power and seek to align themselves with you for their own gain. Be discerning about who you allow into your inner circle. Not everyone who shows interest in your strength has pure intentions. Some are drawn to the spotlight, but are not willing to walk with you in the shadows. Ask God for wisdom to discern who is truly for you and who is merely attracted to your strength for selfish reasons. As your strength becomes visible, you will also need to protect your time and energy. The more people become aware of your power, the more they will demand from you. It's important to set boundaries and prioritize the things that align with your purpose. Just because someone wants your time or attention doesn't mean they are entitled to it. You have a mission to fulfill, and not every request will be in line with that mission. Be intentional about how you spend your time, and don't be afraid to say no when necessary. With all of these challenges, you might wonder if the revelation of your strength is worth it. After all, life was simpler when your power was hidden. But remember this: God didn't give you your strength to keep it hidden forever. He concealed it for a season. But now that the season of revelation has come, He is calling you to step fully into who you are. The challenges that come with visibility are a small price to pay for the fulfillment of your divine purpose. You were created for this moment, and God has equipped you to handle everything that comes with it. But the story doesn't end here. The revelation of your strength is just the beginning. Once your power is unveiled, you will find yourself facing new challenges, new opportunities, and new responsibilities. How will you navigate this new level of visibility? How will you ensure that your strength is used for the purpose God intended and not for personal gain? And most importantly, how will you continue to protect the strength God has given you from those who seek to tear it down? The answers to these questions lie in the final chapter, where we will explore what it means to walk in your full power and how to carry your strength with wisdom, humility, and purpose. Now that your strength has been revealed, everything in your life has shifted. The journey you've been on, the preparation, the waiting, it has all led to this moment. But stepping into your full power is not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. Now that your true strength is visible, you are walking in the fullness of what God has placed inside of you. This new season is one of both incredible potential and serious responsibility. What you do next will determine how you carry this strength forward and how it aligns with the divine purpose for which it was given. Walking in your full power means embracing everything that comes with it: the opportunities, the challenges, the blessings, and the burdens. God has entrusted you with a strength that is not just for you, but for those you are called to impact. This is why it is so important to walk in humility, recognizing that your strength is a gift from God, not something you have created on your own. Humility allows you to keep your eyes on the source of your strength, ensuring that pride does not take root as you step into greater visibility and influence. But how do you maintain humility when others begin to praise you for the strength that was once hidden? The key lies in constantly redirecting the glory to God. It is not about denying the power you carry, but acknowledging that it comes from a higher source. As 1 Peter 5:6 reminds us, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that He may lift you up in due time." You have been lifted up in due time, but it is still God's hand that has placed you where you are. Recognizing this will keep you grounded as you walk in your power. As you navigate this new season, you will also need to be mindful of the responsibilities that come with your strength. God has given you power not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of others. You are now in a position to make a greater impact, to influence those around you, and to uplift those who may not have discovered their own strength yet. This is where your leadership truly begins to take shape. Walking in your full power means using your strength to serve, to guide, and to help others step into their own potential. But with increased power comes increased responsibility. You will need to be intentional about how you use your strength. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and not every battle is yours to fight. One of the greatest challenges you will face in this season is learning to discern where your strength is most needed. God has not called you to fight every battle or to take on every challenge that comes your way. Your strength has a purpose, and it is important to stay aligned with that purpose. Ask God for wisdom and clarity to guide you as you navigate this new level of visibility and influence. You will also need to protect your strength. Just because it has been revealed doesn't mean it cannot be drained or misused. There will be people who see your power and try to take advantage of it. They may try to align themselves with you for personal gain or to manipulate your strength for their own purposes. This is where discernment becomes crucial. Guard your heart and protect the strength God has given you by being mindful of who you allow into your inner circle. Not everyone who appears supportive has your best interests at heart. At the same time, walking in your full power requires you to set boundaries. The more visible your strength becomes, the more people will want from you. They will seek your time, your energy, your attention, and your resources. While it's important to use your strength to uplift and serve others, it's also important to recognize when you need to step back and recharge. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Setting boundaries allows you to maintain your strength without burning out or becoming overwhelmed by the demands placed on you. In this new season, you will also find that new opportunities begin to open up. Doors that were once closed will swing wide open, and you will have access to platforms and positions that you may never have imagined. But with these new opportunities comes the need for wisdom. Not every door that opens is meant for you to walk through. Some opportunities are distractions designed to pull you away from your true purpose. Walking in your full power means staying focused on the path God has set before you and not getting sidetracked by every new opportunity that comes your way. Another aspect of walking in your full power is the ability to handle criticism and opposition with grace. As you step into greater visibility, not everyone will support you. Some will be jealous, others will misunderstand your intentions, and some may even try to tear you down. But remember, your strength does not come from their approval. God has already validated you, and that is all the validation you need. Criticism may come, but it does not define you. Walking in your full power means standing firm in who you are, regardless of what others may say. Finally, as you walk in your full power, remember that this is a journey, not a destination. The revelation of your strength is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. There will be more to learn, more to grow into, and more to accomplish as you continue to walk in the fullness of what God has placed inside of you. Stay connected to Him, seek His guidance daily, and trust that He will continue to lead you as you navigate this new season of strength. So now, as you step into this new chapter, the question remains, how will you carry this strength forward? How will you continue to grow, evolve, and use your power for the purpose God has given you? This journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come.
Chosen ones, if you enjoy our videos and would like to support our channel, feel free to buy us a coffee. The link will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.